Welcome to this video number 4, where we talk about Python and classes. We'll be highlighting a bit about the concept of classes and instances in this video. And we left off where we wrote a simple class called person with a simple attribute called name. And we saw that we could use the print function for also printing out objects of a class. That's this line here. And we also saw how we can print an attribute of an object. Now we're gonna explore this a little bit further in order to understand classes and instances a bit better. So typically in a program you would probably have different type of objects that you want to present to a user or interact with. On this level we could also write, for example, P2 called person. What does this line do? It will create a new instance of person and assign it to P2. If I would go ahead and print that, I would see something different from print P. So let's go ahead and run that. So again we see this gibberish output that we don't understand yet, but we see that it seems to be some person object at this number here, which is an address in the memory, and the second line is also a person object at this other address here. What we have here is two different instances of the person class. Now if I would go ahead and type p2.name, I would expect it to write the same as above, Peter and Peter. Okay, so there's two things to notice here. We have two objects that are different by their address, as we can see, yet they have the same attribute value, which is Peter, and that comes from this line. Now if I instead would go and say p2.name, say Will, which line will change? Well, let's run, think about it, and we'll see the answer here. Oh, so what we noticed is that the last line p2.name is the one that will be updated to Will, and the other one is not affected and still has the value Peter. So what we've seen here is we've modified an object, in this case P2, we've modified its attribute name to Will, and the first object P is also it's unchanged, and that is the central concept of classes and objects, that we can instantiate, we can create different objects of one class of this template and access and modify different attributes of each object. So here I have the object P and the object P2. Each one has a different value for the variable name. So the next question would be, could we add something else to the person class? Let's say surname, Peter Johnson. I could save that, and I could add a comma comma separator, and in the same way I wrote and printed the name instance variable, I can write the surname. So now I have two different instances or objects with two variables, two instance attributes called name and surname. These are unique for each instance. For example, that's why I can change the attribute of one object without affecting the other. So if I would just change surname of the first one to Peter Hansen, I would only modify that object. See, we have Peter Hansen and Will Johnson. Now, think about how this could be useful. We will discuss it in the next video, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Bye.